I'm Chris. That's Tyler. Tyler, has the Browns preseason lived up to exactly what you thought it would be so far? Is it lacking the drama? Does it have the drama? We're 2 games in. How does Tyler McCormick feel so far?
I think it's less drama actually than I thought.
Okay.
The drama is coming from like the fan base.
But isn't that where the drama always comes from?
No,
aren't
because
the Browns the most dramatic? And it's funny because like the Browns fan base is super dramatic and everybody talks as if they know how and where to find and how to manage elite quarterback play, even though nobody part of that's been a Browns fan has seen it.
you want to know why that is because the Jimmy Haslam has done things that make Cleveland Browns fans believe they know more than him, because they probably do.
Yeah, no, okay. Heard.
Like when you I think you and I could sit in a room with minimal draft prep and draft better than Andrew Berry has drafted.
I would agree with that. I mean, my QB is hooping. Jackson Dart has looked really good so far in the preseason, but obviously, we're not going to talk about that because that's not what we're here to do. We're going to talk about the kind of the Brown situation. But no, I would agree with that. I mean, I think that Andrew Berry has done a horrible job, and he may have lucked into 5 more years of job security, because if Shedeur ends up being a good player like his talent projects him to, it'll save Andrew Berry's job. But it's funny because with all the injuries, I was fully expecting to see Dillon Gabriel kind of light it up and for me to be like, oh, okay, now we really got something on our hands. That did not happen.
Well, let's talk about the quote first.
All right, we'll talk about the quote. The quote was what? There are entertainers and there's competitors, from Dillon Gabriel. That's a small snip up of the quote.
Correct. And at first there was no context. I thought it was fake. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I-71 group chat, and we were texting in there. And
I was like, "Yo, is this real? Can somebody confirm?" Because the video that I saw it on came from No 3 Sports, not on 3 Sports. So I was like, "This is fake, right?" And then it was like, "No, this is real as hell." And at first I was like, "Oh boy, that's a bad look." And then you find out the question that was asked from the reporter, Aditi, whatever her last name is. She's the Cleveland Browns beat reporter. She's actually not. She's better than Mary Kay Cabot. Actually,
she does a really good job. No,
I just don't know how to say her last name, and I'm not even gonna try. Her name is Aditi. It's for future reference. And she was like, I asked him a question about the external noise coming from outside the locker room and blah 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 blah. And so that made more sense. I understood the quote of what he was saying. What I will say, and Chris was sort of got me here. I was trying to say this, but I didn't say it at first when we first started talking about it. It was a bad quote.
Horrible quote.
For a 24-year-old, first of all, even though you're a rookie in the NFL, if you're 24, are you actually a rookie?
Yeah, bro, you got an AARP card just like me.
So, was it a poor choice of words considering who else is in the quarterback room? Absolutely a poor choice of words. But I don't think he was talking about Shedeur. So that's where I'm going to give him some grace. Poor choice of words, bad timing, bad quote, but not who he was. He was not talking. In my opinion, he was not talking about Shedeur. Because the Cleveland Browns media is a circus.
They are.
Let's not exonerate them from that. They are a circus. They are entertaining, and they're all the bad things that comes with that. So
I'm not going to blame people if they do think this is about Shedeur. I'm not going to blame people if they don't think this is about Shedeur. I think the only person that really knows is Dillon Gabriel. What Chris Drew, know is that it was a horrendous quote to give out, because the buzzword with Shedeur, dating all the way back to his time when he first got to Colorado from Jackson State, has been he's an entertainer, like a football player, but also an entertainer. He understands that. I mean, that is an entertainment move. We've acknowledged that. And the buzzword around him again is entertainer. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever describes the Cleveland beat as entertainers. They don't do that. They use a lot of other words. They use, mouthpieces, dramatic, clickbaity. They use all that. They never use the word entertainer.
It's true.
And the thing about Cleveland that I don't know if he was ready for, or if honestly the beat was ready for, is that when you have a cultural figure that is bigger than your fan base, you will attract people from outside of your fan base. It happened with the WNBA of sorts. The WNBA and Caitlin Clark and the Angel Reese thing became bigger than the WNBA. It became bigger than college basketball when they were there. So you had people commenting on it that were outside of that space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like way outside, we're commenting. I mean, shit, like I'm a football guy by trade. I was commenting on it because it got way bigger than women's college basketball. And, it got way bigger than WNBA. And it honestly, like, boiled over to political. Shedeur is extremely, extremely famous. And what comes with that is you get a fan base. You get people talking about Shedeur that are well outside the traditional Cleveland Browns scope. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you do that, every question and every answer will be analyzed. And at first, when you listen to the quote, it's like, oh, he just had a shitty day on the football field. And it was kind of it sounds like, because of his tone, like a passive aggressive shot. Now he came out and clarified that he said he was not, referring to Shedeur. He's referring to the media, whatever. Like you haven't lied to me yet. I haven't caught you lying. But it's one of the things I'm not going to blame anybody for thinking about Shedeur, and I'm not going to blame anybody that doesn't. But I will say, welcome to Cleveland media that has been
not even
injected
like
with Shedeur steroids. No, it's been injected with Shedeur steroids.
The Cleveland media is Cleveland media is goofy and bad and whatever, but it's also like the NFL is like it's in college football, like big time college football is a massive media. The NFL is that on steroids. Like the NFL is a whole different. So like just that alone, like because there are people that watch the NFL that don't watch college football.
Yeah, I saw a lot of tweets about like people that try to convince you that Caleb Johnson was fast and watch college football.
Yeah, no. So it's just like the NFL, you say something wrong in the NFL, buddy, everybody's going to talk about it. It's just the way that it is, man.
Well, and here we go. The college football beat, more times than not, part of their job is protecting the player.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFL, it is not that at all. Because guess what, Dillon Gabriel? We don't know how long you're going to be on our team anyway. We don't care. Our job is to get a moment. Now, I don't think she was really chasing a moment. I think, honestly, maybe the question was an unfortunate question given the fact that he was still on the football field and the game was still going on.
Yeah.
But again, the NFL beat, they won't try to protect you.
No.
And the Browns beat especially, they won't. It's not about trying to protect you or not trying to protect you. They will actively go out of their way to hurt you. I mean, because that is generally what the Browns beat does.
Correct. So yeah, I thought, like I said, wasn't about Shedeur, still a bad quote. So no matter how you slice it.
Now his play on the football field.
Yeah. So a lot of people are like, if you take away the interception, well, like I can't. Like it happened. Like it's there. He threw a pick six.
Yeah.
Like, was it entirely his fault? No. Like I don't know what Deontay Johnson and the other tight end were doing because they just ran into each other. But like, don't throw that ball. But if you really look at like, I'll play the game. If you take away the pick six, he was exactly who I thought he would be. He is do I think he's an NFL quarterback? Yeah, I think he's an NFL quarterback. Like, I think he's like a career backup.
Okay.
Like he's not a franchise-changing quarterback. He struggles to push the ball down the field. He can't see. Like, he looks frantic. People say he looks frantic in the pocket, but like, I don't know if it's him looking frantic. I think it's him like trying to see. Like he's got to move to see where to throw the ball.
Also, with all due respect, if I got a bunch of 300-pounders and I'm that little, I'm looking frantic too.
Yeah, so it's just
panic
like
in my heart too.
Do I think he can have a career in the NFL? Yeah, I do think he can have a career in the NFL as like a backup that like is going to start, 20 games in his 8-year career. But like, he's not a franchise-changing quarterback. You don't build your you don't like give the keys to your franchise to Dillon Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody asked me, like, is it like Brock Purdy? I was like, if Dillon Gabriel turns into Brock Purdy, I would be shocked. Like that's
Also,
the
I
ceiling.
hate when people do that because like Brock Purdy is the ultimate like exception.
Sure, he's the ultimate exception, but at the same time, the Cleveland Browns organization is not capable, or at least has never shown us in 26 years that they're capable of putting a San Francisco 49ers situation around a game managing quarterback. So, like, Dillon Gabriel in Cleveland will never become Brock Purdy.
Never.
Never. Not only do you need to be, not only do you need to be have your physical attributes to play football in Cleveland, just because it's in the AFC North, it's cold as hell, it's windy, big, you need to be big, but you also have to be good enough and talented enough to overcome dysfunction, to overcome, a lack of talent in some way, shape, or form on your team, because it's never like the roster is never going to be. If the Browns ever built a San Francisco 49ers roster, I would be stunned.
Yeah.
Stunned. And you have to be able to overcome the noise that is the last 26 years. It's like a curse. Like you have to be a superhero to be, I think is what's going on right now.
In your opinion,
Dillon Gabriel is none of those things, by the way.
What is a franchise quarterback in your opinion, if you have a definition?
I mean, like, a franchise quarterback to me is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
Okay. My definition,
like somebody asked me, like, man, how great would Josh Allen be in Cleveland? I don't think Josh Allen becomes Josh Allen in Cleveland. I don't think that that's possible. I need somebody that's as close to a finished product as possible. Like, who would have been able to succeed? This is a little bit of a throwback, but like Andrew Luck would have been the perfect quarterback in Cleveland because he was a finished product when he got to the NFL. Okay. He was big. He had all the physical attributes. He was mature, and he was good enough to overcome all of the dysfunction that comes with the Cleveland Browns.
See, I think Josh Allen would have worked in Cleveland.
I don't think so. I don't think Josh Allen was a finished product.
I guess, he wasn't. I don't think you have to be a finished product to work in Cleveland. I think you have to do enough good things for them to be patient enough with you. And I think you have to be an adult.
Never been patient.
I think they have been patient with the wrong kind of guys. Because here we go, like Josh Allen, year 2 in the league. Again, the Bills were bad, right? They were a bad team, bad roster. Year 2 in the league, he threw for 3,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. And they're like, okay, we've seen enough. Let's run this thing again. So I guess my definition of a franchise quarterback is, can you take us over 500 with a bad roster? Because for a franchise quarterback, I acknowledge you're going to be here for the next 15 years. And during that 15-year window, we're going to have some struggles. We're going to be in cap hell for 1 year. And so we're going to have a bad O-line. We're not going to have great receivers. But are you good enough to keep us on track during those moments? And a lot of that isn't to do with kind of like how talented you are. A lot of that is like, are you the adult in the room that can kind of keep this thing moving along?
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't know if Shedeur is talented enough to overcome the talent issues that the Browns have currently. Okay. I do know this, though. I will say this. I think Shedeur has the personality to overcome the circus that is the Cleveland Browns. And that was my point a couple episodes ago. I think he has the personality, the moxie, the self-belief almost that he's saying all the right things. And Shedeur is going to do things in the offseason that are going to bother a lot of people. Yeah. Shedeur is going to do the fashion stuff. He's going to go and document his life almost. And that's going to bother a lot of people, but it doesn't matter. You know what it is, dude? Shedeur is the kid that can thrive in dysfunction and chaos because dysfunction and chaos don't feel out of the ordinary for him. Correct. Baker Mayfield needs a ton of structure and doesn't need chaos because his whole way up in Oklahoma, it was a lot of structure, maximum structure,
right?
Yeah, because he got Lincoln Riley wasn't his only head coach at Oklahoma. Bob Stoops, the Bob Stoops infrastructure was there for Baker's entire career at Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, and so they there was no circus there. It was I need structure to be successful. I think Shedeur might be a quarterback on accident that doesn't need structure to be successful, but also won't self-destruct. Because Manziel was kind of like that. Like Manziel didn't need structure to be successful in terms of like life structure, but he self-destructed in his life, and it took its toll on the football field.
Correct. I think Shedeur. I do believe that Shedeur loves football.
I do too.
I think he loves football, which I think is a prerequisite to being a good quarterback in the NFL. And I think, he also has other to be a quarter. I think it does.
Andrew Luck does not love football.
But Andrew Luck, he like studied football when he was playing. Like he watched the film. He did those things.
No, he studied it, but Andrew Luck always wanted to be an engineer. You know, like I guess that's my like.
No, but like I think if you love the bare minimum of loving football is like watching film and like doing those things.
That's fair. I won't push back. This is a debate for a later day.
Yeah,
but no, he does love football. It's never a bad thing to love football.
Yeah, and I think he likes the work. He does the work. He has the attitude I get to do the work, but he also has his outside interests, his lifestyle. And so I think it works. Will he be talented enough to overcome talent issues and coaching issues and those type of things? I don't know yet. I don't think anybody knows. I don't think anybody can say yes or no for sure. We have to, I want to see. I really, really, really want to see.
But now after two games, we can both sit here and say that there is a big difference in Dillon Gabriel versus Shedeur Sanders, right? Yeah,
there's just like not even, like some of the throws that like Dillon Gabriel made were impressive, but like it's just because he does it on time and he does it the way it's supposed to be done. But like if shit breaks down for Dillon Gabriel, it's over.
Yeah.
In order for Dillon Gabriel to be a good NFL quarterback, everything around him has to go perfect. And that's not a franchise quarterback because it rarely goes perfect. Rarely.
I mean, it leads credence to the old Alabama and old Ohio State quarterback theory, which has since been kind of crushed. But there was the belief that like a lot of times like GMs and scouts worried because it's like, okay, like you played with a lot of supremely talented players. But did you elevate a guy who we wouldn't draft into a draftable player? Like we like the guys who can play in poor situations. That way, when we get better surroundings around him, it's like, okay, like I'm used to trying to do everything by myself because everything's so bad. But now I have guys that are pros rather than like having to rely on pros. So no, it definitely is. The vibes were different though. I'll tell you the vibes between Dillon Gabriel, because I saw what I think Gap Goody put out there. Stop calling Dillon Gabriel DG.
Yeah, we already have a DG in this city.
And that's a great. That is my favorite one of her takes.
Yeah, she's got a lot of bad takes, but that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a really good one. But I won't call him DG anymore. Dillon Gabriel.
I just don't.
The vibes are different though, right?
The vibes are not only the vibes different, but like it's the same thing I say about the Guardians offense. It's hard to get in Major League Baseball, in today's Major League Baseball. It's really hard to have to hit 3 hits in a row to get 1 run. With Dillon Gabriel, like how many drives are you going to have where you can score like 10, 11, 12 plays in a game?
Yeah.
One?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't hit. He's a singles player. He's a singles quarterback. Dillon Gabriel hits a ton of singles. That shit doesn't work, dog.
You're losing me, Tyler. I'm a big singles guy for quarterbacks.
I think you have to, like, to win big, you have to be able to create big plays. If you want to win a Super Bowl, you have to be able to create big plays.
Yeah,
they have to be there.
Yeah, you take them when they're there. Is my belief. Here's the thing, dude. Like I
don't think he's capable of taking them when they're there, though.
Okay, that's a valid point. It's like my quarterback theory is I'm gonna death by 1,000 cuts. You're gonna cut. You're gonna look down. You're gonna be in a pool of blood, and then I'm gonna bring the axe out. So if you don't think he's got the axe anywhere, that's fair and understandable.
I don't. There is no. You know what it is, man. You know what Josh Allen was? Josh Allen was the axe, and then learned how to use the knife.
Yeah.
And like the problem is Dillon Gabriel doesn't have the axe.
Yeah. I guess like when I think about it, it's like who has the knife versus who has the axe. Like Stroud is a knife guy.
But he also has the axe.
But when you watch CJ Stroud, it's like he doesn't like he does have the axe.
You know what?
Like,
I'm going to push back. I'm going to push back a little bit. CJ Stroud doesn't have a knife. He has a sword. Like his knife cuts are like 12-yard passes.
Of sorts. Here we go, another one. Like Drew Brees, I got the knife.
Yes.
Tom Brady, like I got the knife.
But like
Peyton Manning, I got the knife.
But those guys also had the axe.
They did have the axe. They did have the axe somewhere. But it's like you look down and all of a sudden both your wrists are bleeding out.
When Tom Brady got Randy Moss, that's a big ass axe.
Yeah, but that was the version that didn't win.
True. I don't know. I mean,
I like my quarterbacks to have a defense looking down in a pool of blood, and my reasoning for that is because I think in the NFL, unlike college football, if you can give me 2 first downs every drive, you're gonna win. But no, the vibes are different. Big dog, you floated to me. Maybe they trade Kenny Pickett. I don't know what they can get for Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got to think like the Titans need a quarterback. The Saints, do they need a quarterback?
The Saints might need a quarterback. But here we go. If you're the Titans, why would you try to strike a deal for a backup quarterback?
Yeah. Yeah, the Titans. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I'm saying if you're the Titans, why would you try to strike a deal for a backup quarterback when there's going to be some backup quarterbacks that get cut?
Is Kenny Pickett better than all those backup quarterbacks?
If
you're the Titans, and like the Browns will take anything.
That's fair, but here's the stance.
Think about it.
Here's the stance. No. Pause. Here's the stance of the Titans. If I'm the Titans and Cam Ward gets hurt for any reason, why wouldn't I try out the worst possible quarterback imaginable?
It's true. It's a good point. It's a good point. I mean, even if you're the Saints, like the Browns call the Saints, like, hey man, I'll take a fifth. I'll take a sixth. Give me I need something.
I think the market got ruined when Justin Fields got traded for a fifth.
I mean, dog, just give me something. Give me a sixth. Give me a sixth. I'm not going to take a seventh for a quarterback. I think you got to give me at least a sixth. But like, if I get a 6th rounder for Kenny Pickett, like, sign me up. I need the potential of a breathing player or an actual breathing player. It's like,
and I guess like for the Saints, they have Shuck who they just drafted, and they have Rattler too.
Yeah. So. I mean, the worst comes to worst, like you got to cut him because the report is that they're going to name our starting quarterback this week before their next preseason game, and I would bet my house that it's Joe Flacco. I would bet my house that it's Joe Flacco.
Yeah, that's probably right. It's probably Joe Flacco. It's probably Joe. And then you absolutely keep Shedeur. You absolutely keep Dillon Gabriel.
Right. So then
unless you can move, who do you think has more value if you on the open market, Dillon Gabriel or Kenny Pickett?
It depends. Are there teams that have like I don't know if they would be interested, but like I would call the Rams.
Okay.
I mean, Matthew Stafford, like
for who? Dillon Gabriel or Kenny Pickett?
For Dillon Gabriel. You call them about Dillon Gabriel. I don't think they would be interested, but like you call them like, hey.
I don't think he's got the prerequisite arm strength that good old McVay likes.
I mean, did Jared Goff have that big of an arm?
Yeah,
I mean, Dillon Gabriel's got a noodle, but like.
Yeah, I'm saying Jared Goff was also 6'4".
True. That's true. I don't know. I mean, I'm just calling like, hey.
And they made it to the Super Bowl.
Too. You could also call the Rams because if Matt Stafford can't play, their next option is Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
So like, I'd actually call the Rams because the Rams also don't give a shit about their draft picks at all.
Yeah, but I don't think for Dillon Gabriel, I think you'd have to call and try to see if they want Pickett.
That's fine.
I mean, shit, we saw them.
They're gonna cut
Baker Mayfield.
Anyways, yeah. So like, you're going to make phone calls to inquire about Pickett and Gabriel. If you if you aren't dead set on keeping Gabriel.
Right.
But I think the guy that's going to leave is definitely Tyler, or goddamn, Kenny Pickett. When you got 6 quarterbacks, it's kind of hard to keep track of all their names. Sorry. Kenny Pickett's definitely the one that I would choose to be the one that's out the door.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Did you have any other takeaways in regards to the Browns preseason game other than the quarterbacks?
I thought the defense looked better. I think the defensive line is better than I thought they were going to be. They have depth. They got players. They made an impact in that game. Still worried about the secondary a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But
at some point, I would love to see the running backs.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that Dillon Sampson didn't play. I think Deontay Johnson's going to get cut, especially with the signing of
Isaiah Bond.
And they gave him a 3-year deal. So, like, he's making the roster.
Yeah, he's in it.
Yeah, so I thought the receiver group, Jamari Thrash is probably, I think he should be a starting receiver. I think he's better than Cedric Tillman, to be quite honest with you. So
yeah. He had 4 catches, 43 yards, 7.8 per attempt.
Yeah. So I think the talent is a little bit better than I gave them credit for. Like, they look physical, they look fast, they look.
Mm-hmm.
We've also seen this before. Like, the Browns may be the greatest preseason team of all time.
They went undefeated back-to-back years in the preseason.
So it's just one of those.
What did you think of the quarterbacks on the other side? Because 2 quarterbacks that we both have ties to.
I gotta be honest with you, I didn't really watch too much when they had the ball. Okay. Kyle McCord sucks.
He's so garbage, dude. And then DTR out there, went 5 for 8, but had a pick as well.
I think Kyle McCord should give Fran Brown some royalties of his contract.
I need a finder's fee. Honestly, if I'm a coach, I'm going to start doing that.
So, it's the preseason. If Kevin Stefanski goes out there again in week 1 and they get their doors blown off again without playing anybody again in the preseason, I'm going to start to raise my eyebrows about him, because last year he didn't play any of the starters at all, and they get their doors blown off by the Cowboys.
Yeah, you can tell they just weren't ready. You saw they weren't ready.
And then now we're doing the same thing again. So, I would like to see the starters play, a series or 2 in the last preseason game. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, a lot of the defensive guys, I don't really need to see them play that much. But I would like to see the first team offense go play a series or 2. So to get out there as a dress rehearsal and kind of go through it, and
so you're not getting your doors blown off week 1, so you're ready physically.
You look ready to play the game.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's different. It's not as taxing, but what if the Guardians didn't play any of their starters all spring training?
Yeah.
And then you go out there, you got to go see Scooble game 1.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. Wouldn't want to be you.
So yeah, I mean, I think we're going to get a lot of answers this week. So I'm looking. I actually think one of these quarterbacks is getting moved this week.
That is my take too. I think that one is going to get moved.
Yeah.
I think it'd be Kenny Pickett or Dillon Gabriel are the 2.
Correct.
Well, this is our first show since the Michigan punishment came down. Ended up being a huge fine, plus a pretty long show cause for Connor Stallions and for Jim Harbaugh. Obviously, certain publications got this one very, very wrong.
All
right, bro. No more pro radio talk.
They deserve everything that they're getting to. Everything that they're getting from Michigan fans, they deserve it.
Doug, honestly, it almost became 2 separate stories. And I guess I'll talk about this real candidly, because I'm on the show with you and you're my boy. Me and Todd have known each other for probably 15 years. So we've known each other for a long, long time. And I guess so I want to strip down the radio wall that I usually put up. Doug, this whole Michigan thing became 2 separate stories, because it was the cheating situation, what is advanced scouting, the Connor Stallions thing on one side of it. And the other side of it was Buckeye Scoop versus every Michigan fan for the past 2 years about what insiders were telling them what the punishment was going to be.
Yeah.
This ended up being like the all-time craziest grift ever. And I knew it was entering that territory because I found myself talking to you in the morning a little bit because Tyler and I call in the mornings. I found myself talking to you about like, Doug, like either Buckeye Scoop is going to have the biggest come up ever because he had it right, or it's going to be a complete like fall on the face. Like you don't get to be this wrong.
They literally put their entire brand on this hammer.
I've never seen anything like it before.
They literally put out their whole careers. They put their whole organization on the line.
Yeah, and they weren't, and I think they messed up. Where they messed up, Tyler, was not for making a prediction. Where they messed up is saying this is what insiders are telling us is about to happen. This is what NCAA sources are telling us is going to happen. When really the intrinsic route was, well, this is what the bylaws tell us. This is what other cases have kind of gone for. And so this is what I think the punishment should be. Buckeye Scoop was like, no, insiders telling us they're going to get hammered. They didn't get hammered.
Dude, it's just like to put your whole brand on something that you know that you don't know, because there's no, like, they just lied. Like all this was a lie. Or if you actually had what you called sources, buddy, you should never talk to them ever again.
Or you just, or honestly, like what I think is when you put so much stake in this for so long, just say exactly who the source is.
Yeah.
Right, Tyler? Because like, here's the, if I bet my brand on something for multiple years, and I'm this wrong, and it's that damning of a thing, and I grifted 2 fan bases and made thousands and thousands of dollars on a lie, and if I really thought it was true, I'll never go to that source again, right?
Correct.
So why not? I'm just gonna tell the world who you are. Here's your name.
Yeah, dude, it's just like a bad deal. Like there's no way. And like honestly, I think Buckeye Scoop has made this worse for Ohio State fans.
Oh,
way worse.
Considerably worse, because like Ohio State fans were like barking that they were gonna get that it was gonna be a big hammer.
The worst part is the Buckeyes, and like not the worst part, like a faction of this is Buckeye Scoop has traditionally been a sunshine pumping Ohio State media outlet.
100%.
Like Ohio State's the greatest ever, blah 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 blah. They're the best, blah 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 blah. Like they're sunshine pumpers, and so like people like hearing that because it's always positive, even when it shouldn't be. It's always positive, and so Ohio State, like it's like a cult following almost. Like everybody's. Not everybody, because I didn't believe that I didn't believe I thought it'd be closer to what did happen, but not quite as lenient as it was. But we'll get into that. The Buckeye Scoop thing is just made it so much worse. So much worse.
And like it made it a lot worse. And like I mean, this would maybe be the therapy channel for me. I think that like the vitriol that like some Buckeye Scoop people had towards me, like way a while back, when I was kind of doubting that a big punishment was coming, I think that kind of added to the story, because like, dude, like I got like people are making videos about me saying that I was the reason Michigan was getting away with cheating, saying that like I was, catering towards Michigan and like my journalistic attack, like almost attacking kind of my stance, and I try to be as fair as possible. And for that to be the attack from Buckeye Scoop people and like the vitriol and hate that I got, and honestly, during the saga, like doubting some of the big punishments or maybe not expecting it, was, Tyler, I kid you not, was the most vitriol and hate I've gotten since I started doing media.
Yeah, I think.
Like, think about Tyler. I was 21 years old, like a kid in media, in Cleveland media, and the most vitriol I've gotten and the most hatred I've gotten started months ago. Because I started to doubt or wonder if Michigan was going to get a big punishment because I was reading the tea leaves.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, yeah, I think it's one of those things, and I think now that I've started to get into this world as well, like the Buckeye fans are extremely passionate, like very passionate,
super
and
passionate.
There's a ton of conviction in what they believe. And and part of this also, I think, is that Ohio State media, there's two opposite ends of the spectrum, and there's really nothing that's quite in the middle. And so like you
And
either
I consider myself in the middle, but the show I'm on, the big show I'm on is like
I'm trying
so
to
far one way.
separate.
No. Me separately from.
Correct. So like you have like Buckeye Scoops that they believe what they believe. You have like Berman, Austin, whatever his name is. Like there's just so many ends of the spectrum, and they push their own agendas. I think Ohio State media is really not in a great place, personally.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of them have their opinions and they create stories to match their opinions. Does that make sense?
What you're describing is like far left and far right politics.
Correct.
Like,
no, that's what I'm doing. And that's what I think Ohio State media is. Instead of just reporting on what's happening, they like push that what they hear, they make up the story to match their opinion.
And they will sensationalize what they hear to the point where they just make shit up.
And journalism is supposed to be just like, here are the facts.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happened. This is what and let the people formulate their own opinions of said news or whatever. So it's just like, to me, during the off season, and thank God we're about to start playing football games so we can all like be on the same page again. But like, if you say something that half of Buckeye fans don't agree with and half do, like we will argue with each other to no end for no reason. And it's because you just believe who you listen to the most, period. And so like, if you are a Buckeye Scoop believer, this has probably been a tough weekend for you on social media. Like that
I've been seeing like screenshots of like the boards though. It's like they won't say that they're wrong.
Yeah. I don't listen. I've never listened to them.
I mean, I have. It's just one of those things. It's like you did a good job. Like politics, it's like there's a far left and the far right, and those people are the very, very loudest. And so, like when you say something that's like closer to the middle, you'll get attacked by both sides.
Yeah. And so now it's like, and now I will say this: like once we start playing games, like we'll all
be in lockstep together.
We'll fight other teams and like other teams' fans, and it's great. But for right now, it's just like, dude, this is tough. But like when it comes to the
actual punishment,
I thought it would be a little bit more. I didn't think vacation of games were coming. I didn't think vacating games were coming. I knew there would be a big fine. The one thing that I did think that there was going to be a 1-year postseason ban. But the only thing that truly bothered me about the punishment is that Sherrod Moore is suspended for 1 game next year. Like, why is he allowed to just choose his own games he's suspended for?
He just doesn't want to go to Germany.
No sense to me.
No sense at all.
None. And like $20 million, like, listen, as much as I hate Dave Portnoy, what he said about $20 million being ashtray money to them, he's telling the truth. Yeah. That is ashtray money to them. Him and Larry Ellison, like they could split that tomorrow and wouldn't even notice.
Well, it's not even a split thing. It's more just like Edby Ellison.
Sure. And he wouldn't even notice it.
No, they said that it's under 0.1% of their endowment.
Correct. So like that doesn't do anything for them.
Mm-mm.
So like to me, I don't care. I just like I was over it. I don't care. It was just like I did think they were going to get a 1-year postseason ban.
I did too.
I did think that was going to happen.
I thought
I never thought loss of scholarships. I never thought any of that. It was just like 1 year. You can't play in the postseason this year.
I thought they were going to have to vacate games that he was on staff for because that's like a fake punishment. It doesn't actually do anything. So I thought they were going to have to vacate wins that he was on staff for. But you know what I want Ohio State fans to do instead of like trying to go back and forth about the punishment? Just ask a Michigan fan to admit that they cheated.
That's all this is. And that's just it's the weirdest behavior I've ever seen. I've been watching sports my entire life. I've never seen a team's fans celebrate a punishment when they were guilty like this.
Yeah, like because they're
crazy.
celebrating it because of Buckeye Scoop, and this is my big frustration because of Buckeye Scoop being so wrong and really being the loser in this. It's taking away from the fact that Michigan got convicted of cheating. Right? It's like if O.J. Simpson killed somebody and got it plead down to manslaughter, didn't have to serve any time.
You know what? I have my PSA to the Ohio State to Buckeye Nation is to just be very quiet and allow other teams' fan bases to discredit Michigan's championship, because that's the real punishment. Is that 20 years from now, when Michigan doesn't win another title, which because I don't think they will, 20 years from now, Georgia fans, Alabama fans, USC fans, Oregon fans, Penn State fans will be like, you guys didn't win shit. What you mean? You guys cheated. They'll be like, nobody's going to, and that's the real punishment, is that for the end of time, all of these Michigan fans are going to have to defend the title that they won and defend the legitimacy of the title.
Only thing I want Ohio State fans to do is like, because I see like people like, in Michigan, Michelle does whatever, but like she did the whole thing about like, this was an attack against Jim Harbaugh, and she never once said that like they were guilty of cheating. Like whenever you see it, like Don won't say it, like ask a Michigan fan, will you now admit that Michigan and Connor Stallions attempted and did cheat? Attempted to cheat and did cheat.
Yeah,
because you'll know a lot about where they're at if they won't answer that. Because they can't have it both ways, right? And that's what also happens. They want to say that this didn't really do anything for them, but also they want to make Connor Stallions a hero. You can't have both.
I said Michigan man used to mean Bo Schemblacher. Now it means Connor Stallions, and that's all I need to know.
Huge. That's a huge slur now. It's a slur.
But like, we had a tweet. I sent out a tweet that's blew up more than I thought it would. But like,
going stupid.
Ryan Day needs to be the one to send Michigan back to hell. And like, I know he hasn't done it yet. That's the thing, is like all the replies are Michigan people saying like, well, he hasn't done it yet. I know. I didn't say that he has. I said that he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be the one to send them back to hell. Go up to Ann Arbor on November 30th and beat their ass. And then walk off the field, and we can stop talking about this. Period.
Are you a flag plant guy?
No. I just like, honestly, it's simpler. It's such a simple thing, and you're gonna say I'm so old for saying this, but like, you can't stick a flag in turf, dog. It doesn't stick in the ground.
I'll get a fucking plunger with Gorilla Glue.
If it was natural grass, I think planting a flag would be a real thing. I really do. I think it would be a more popular thing.
More popular, bro. Every rivalry had a flag plant and a fight last year. I
know, but like, I think it's dumb because like you can't actually plant it. Like you put it in the ground and then it falls. Like so anticlimactic. I don't know. No. I mean, think about it, dude. The last 20 years, Ohio State's 15-5 against Michigan. The last 20 games they played, Ohio State's 15-5, and nobody wants to talk about it. No Michigan fan wants to talk about it. 15-5. It's not a rivalry.
I mean, it is a rivalry.
It is, but like that's not a competitive rivalry.
I guess like for me, like it's been so long. I'll never forget last year. They planted the flag. It started a fight, and then they say you need to learn how to lose. I would like to see them when we plant the flag and what happens.
You know, it's rich also coming from a team telling somebody to learn how to lose. You know how they learned how to lose? They fucking cheated.
They cheated. Mm-hmm.
They cheated their face off. That's how they handled losing. Not only did they cheat, they didn't even want to play the game in 2020. And anybody that's been listening to the show from its inception knows that I believe that them running away in 2020 was the best thing that Jim Harbaugh ever did for that program.
Altered history.
It changed history. They would have beaten them so bad, he would have gotten fired. They wanted to fire him that year anyways.
Mm-hmm. That altered history.
So, fuck Jim Harbaugh. Screw Michigan. Like, just Ryan Day. We're asking you, just go and beat them.
I know he hasn't done it yet. Just go beat them and send them back to where they belong. Michigan has always been a 10-2 and 9-3 football program. That's who they've always been forever. And that's who they need to go back to being. And it's up to Ryan Day to do that and make them remember that's who they are. This needs to feel like 2019, where it's like 63-30.
Just belt to ass.
And I can guarantee you one thing, with the defense we have this year, there's no way that they're going to score 30 points against us. So,
you think they're going to be better than the 19 group? You said this last week.
Honestly, I do. I think they're faster than last year. I think.
No, I said the 19 group.
I know. I'm saying like the improvements they've made from a number one overall defense. I think the 2 linebackers are better than the 19 linebackers. I think the D tackles, the 2 starting D tackles, are better.
No, we debunked that. The defensive tackles in 19 are better.
I think Katie McDonald and Edric Houston will be better than the 2 starting D tackles in 2019.
All right, but here we go. Will the defensive tackle room as a whole perform better?
I didn't say that. I know. I'm saying they won't, but I'm saying those two guys clear.
Then Devon Hamilton, Haskell Garrett, you might be cooked.
Listen, bro. For the listeners out there, Chris will never let me win this argument no matter what, because Jeff Hafley might be the name of Chris's firstborn son.
If I ever have kids, I'm not gonna have kids, but that would be it would be something. So,
there's no way I can win this argument in Chris's eyes, and I'm okay with that.
But dog, Devon Hamilton is like if K-Mac is Devon Hamilton, huge win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying he's gonna be.
You think he's gonna be Devon Hamilton?
Yes.
Okay. We're talking big bank, one of the best DTs in NFL.
I'm taking Caleb Downs. We're gonna redo it. I'm taking Caleb Downs.
Right. No, that's fair. No, I won't. I mean, obviously, he's yeah.
I think Jermaine Matthews is
over who? Jermaine Matthews over who?
I'm saying Jermaine Matthews. Jermaine Matthews will be somewhere in between Okudah and Damon Arnett. Like somewhere.
So here we go. Wait, pause. So then say this. Say he will be a top 20 NFL pick this year.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because you know Arnett was a pick number 20.
Yeah, I think
David Arnett did not allow a single touchdown in 19. Just so you know.
I know Jermaine Matthews. I think the issue that I'm going to run into is one, we don't have a Chase Young this year, which is like I can't. Duh. The best single season that defensive end has ever had in Ohio State history, and Davis and Igbinosun stresses me out.
I'm saying like literally like Jermaine Matthews might be as good as Okudah, not Okudah, Arnett, and then like there's just a big drop off unless you think Sanchez takes over.
I think that's the realistic way. I think there will be a game where Igbinosun can't keep his hands to himself, and OG Walt's like, enough of this. Like, come sit down.
See, I guess I
and then when Devin Sanchez goes out there and like balls out of control, it's like, what are we doing?
I guess for me, the only way I think like Devin Sanchez ends up being a starter is if someone gets hurt.
Which is true. But listen, I'm fully prepared to lose this argument. I'm prepared to. I'm trying to speak it into existence.
Yeah, so no, I hear you. I think it's fried, but I hear you.
It probably is fried, but leave me alone, all right? Let me have it.
I got you, big dog. Look, yeah. Ohio State has a quarterback decision incoming. People thought that it was going to be this weekend because Jeremiah Smith was late to a signing, which they would never announce. Like that's not a reason that someone would be late to a signing. But to me, dude, I don't even care about the quarterback announcement. It's Julian saying like I'm not doing it anymore. Hey, like it's more of a battle for 2 than it is for 1.
Listen, all I want to know is I need you to tell me, do you think that he's not saying this because he's worried about Texas knowing who the starting quarterback is?
I think he's not saying it because he's Ryan Day and
I need a yes or no.
No.
Thank you. That's all. Thank you. People are trying to tell me, people are yelling at me because they're like, why would they want to give the Texas, the heads up on who's playing quarterback? They played like 17 snaps between the two of them. What are we hiding from?
And literally also like They're not idiots over there at Texas.
Correct. It's like, come on, what are we not hiding? We're not hiding. This is who's like. It's not like we have Peyton Manning and Lamar Jackson, and we're trying to choose which one we have. It's like,
yeah, dog. Dude, and what if Texas came out and said, "Oh, we're not naming Arch a starting quarterback yet because it's still a battle." If you're,
battle with me,
just saying, like if you're Matt Patricia, you sit back. Oh my God, guys, wait a second. We can't just prepare for Arch. We got to prepare for.
Yeah, stupid. If he's made a decision and not going to say anything, that's fine. But just don't go out there and tell me that they're still competing. Like, I don't want to hear that.
Well, he could tell us that they're still competing. I don't want to hear it either. I don't care. What the big thing I care about is you could tell us they're still competing, even though we know you picked Julian Sand. Just please don't have the reps be 50-50.
I don't know. Just name this fucking starting quarterback.
I was thinking, if you're not going to name one, but you know it's going to be Julian Sand, stop giving Lincoln Keenholz as many reps as you are. That's what I'm saying. Like, as a public, like, I don't care. Like, I've acknowledged you are CIA Ryan, that you want to keep every secret you can. You don't want to tell anybody. Like, I get it, but don't like it doesn't hurt them for Ryan to say the competition's going. It hurts them if he continues to give Lincoln a lion's share of the reps.
Do they have any more open practices? They're not having any more open practices, are they?
No,
I didn't think so. So, like, we're never going to know that.
But unless you hear it,
they play in 13 days. So
yeah,
better not be any more open practices.
Yeah. But that's that. Ohio State recruiting. Ross Bjork is getting a lot of blame. The Womack kid looks like he's going to Auburn. People are like, "How did Auburn beat us? It's Hugh Freeze." Like, and people are really mad at Ross. And I said this before, and I don't really want to live here. If you want more of the recruiting breakdown, go check out our guys Q and Ron. They're going to kind of sort through all that, the nitty gritty of it, because I think me and Tyler are a part of our Ohio State career where we want to move away from it if possible.
Correct.
But I'll say this: I thought that Womack was going to end up as a Buckeye. I know that the Buckeyes have missed out on a lot of kids because of money. I'm not going to blame Ross Bjork. Ross Bjork was a madman, spending madman at A&M. Nothing went unspent. He didn't come to Ohio State and forget who Ross Bjork was.
Correct.
But people are essentially online, and maybe I don't blame him. I do blame him. We got to use common sense. Ross Bjork was the money man at A&M. Ross Bjork then gets to Ohio State and turned into Gene Smith. Why would that be?
Because somebody above them, and don't get it twisted, there are people that are above the athletic director.
100%.
And they are the ones that make the calls.
100%.
And I'm not saying that it's the president, the university president either, because I don't, to be honest with you, I think the Ohio State AD is more powerful than the university president.
I legit think that, like, being the AD of a school is at Ohio State is similar to being a manager in baseball. I think a lot of the decisions come from somewhere else.
Correct.
And it's your job to be the face of it.
Yep. You're out there wearing all of this.
Yeah. You'll get the credit. You'll get the credit if things go well. And you'll get another job, and you'll get to head to a university. You'll get a pay raise. But
we have said before that there are recruiting battles that involve money that we want to win. Correct. That we think that we should try to win those battles. But with all due respect, Auburn is not one of those teams. I'm just not. I'm not.
I don't like recruiting against Auburn because they have not been good. I do acknowledge that Auburn has a ton of money. I mean, shit, dude, Auburn landed the Coleman kid over Bama.
I'm not. Trust me, I'm a little concerned about this whole money thing, but again, and I'm coming. Like, my view of recruiting is above the ground, looking down, not in the trenches.
Yeah, and I'm more in the trenches because, like, I talk to coaches and quarterbacks. I don't
want to know. I don't care. So my stance is this, and it's always going to be this, because I don't want to get into the recruiting world because I think it's sticky right now. Until there comes a day when the Ohio State has a position group that doesn't have NFL players, I will not be concerned.
Yeah.
that's my approach to it. So if there comes a point, and like there could be that point coming soon here for the defense line, but if they run out there 1 year and they don't have any NFL players, like I don't know, man. I don't know enough to like speak on this, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to judge what I see on the football field.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, you caught up in every recruit, it's gonna feel unfortunate. Ohio State has had way too many misses, considering the fact that they just won a natty. Like, I can acknowledge that.
And like I've also recruited. I was a college baseball coach. Like I recruited, and like you're going to lose more than you're going to win.
Yeah, but I'll say,
but you don't want to. As an Ohio State, I was putting my feet in like Ryan Day's shoes. I don't want to lose because I can't afford to pay players when I know that.
Yeah, that's the worry. I've lost more this year than I did last year, and I just want a natty this year. So I should be there should be a more of an influx of money. There should be more willingness to like really invest in roster building, and that's the complaint, the concern, because it's like, okay, like we put a lot of money into this roster this year. It won, so we're showing you it works. Why wouldn't you put that same money in the roster again? We're getting outbid badly for kids that are being bid on by schools, that don't have a tradition of winning. And it's like, we don't have to outbid them, but we have to come close. And right now we're under half of what some schools are offering.
Correct.
And that's the issue.
Yeah.
The Big Ten's floating around the idea of a 24 or 2018.
Gross. just the most grotesque thing I think I've seen. And like coming on the heels of the Michigan like penalty, like this was almost as disgusting. Actually, no, it was more disgusting to me than the Michigan penalty. 24-20. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's a bad it's a no-go. No-go.
Like, what? Yeah. I don't even want to go to 16. I'm telling you, I think everybody, I really believe this, and I'll share this to anybody that wants to listen. This season will be the best product between regular season and postseason that we'll ever get moving forward.
I agree.
Like, there's really not even 12 teams that are good enough to win a national championship, let alone 16, let alone 20. For what?
Yeah.
Like, Tony, just say that you want more money. That's all that is. Just say the real thing.
I mean, I guess
we want more teams because we want to make more money.
I guess that's what they're saying of sorts, right? That they just won't.
That's all it is.
Yeah. I like the 12-team playoff. I think the 12-team playoff, at some point we will see a 9 or a 10 champion. And I can stand by that. But 28's bad. 28's really bad.
The 9 or a 10 team to win a national championship will never come from a conference that's not the Big Ten or the SEC.
Probably the case. I think I do have like a formula for like how that team would win it, right? It would have to be like you're a 9 or a 10 team because your quarterback missed the start of the year, or a different quarterback took over. And the example I go to is like maybe like the USC team with Sam Darnold that didn't make the playoffs. That people were like, but this is one of the best teams in the country. Like, they're really, really good. But they had the 2 early losses with a young quarterback. Yeah. But Ohio State's really good too. So it's like, I think that's the only time we will see it.
Sure.
But it would take an NFL quarterback.
Correct.
Is what I personally think. The guards. Spaghetti-O. They got swept, big dog.
Listen, there are the light is dimmer after this weekend.
Yeah.
No denying it. But I think people are going to think that I'm usually very hard on the Guardians. I'm a tough critic on the Guardians. It's just like I realized today, like after the game, like I took my boys to the pool and like we were swimming and whatever. And I was like, there's still 39 games left. And they're 3.5 games out of the wild card. Like the divisions, I said the division was cooked a week ago when they were winning. I said they're probably not gonna get there. But they're 3.5 games back, and there's 39 games left. And New York, like the Yankees have 6 games against Boston. The Yankees have a very easy schedule coming home for the most part. Boston has a very difficult schedule coming home.
Yeah, it's gonna be Boston.
And they have 6 games with the Yankees.
7.
So like 7 games with the Yankees. Like if the Yankees like go 5-2, like and we go 500 coming in, like well then we're gonna catch them.
You just don't want Boston and New York to split those.
No, you need one of them to like beat the shit out of the other one.
Right.
And realistically, you want the Yankees to do that because they have the easier schedule coming in.
Correct. Because their home stretch is just
correct. So it's like this isn't over, like by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a dim look, and I think we were going to have this bad stretch because I think they grinded their face off. They worked really hard to get themselves back into this.
They emptied the tank.
They may have emptied the tank, and like maybe they need to like refill it. And I think there's a way to refill it, but I don't think. And the issue is, it's like they're not going to do it
because it's literally just like
stop playing Nolan Jones and stop playing Carlos Santana
and bring up Bazana.
Like they're just I don't need to do that because like Rocchio and Arias are playing like they're playing okay, like they're playing good enough. They're not the reason why we're losing.
No, I know. I just think like more pieces, more hitters, more situational, whatever.
Well, but like the hitting hasn't really been the problem. It's the problem is their starting pitching can't get into the 5th inning.
Their pitching let them down. I just meant more like a stylistic like injection.
Well, you want an injection? Bring up Parker Messick.
Is he ready to go, man?
Absolutely ready to go. Not even close. Ready to go. Way ready to go. They just optioned Joey Cantillo down to AAA.
He had a good outing. You were dogging him. He had a good outing last time around.
I really hate walks. Like I hate walks. And it's just like, dude, you walked in a run.
Yeah, that's the only run he gave up.
I understand that, but like it bothers me. But like, yes, he dogged it. He toughed it out. He gave you a good start, but like, so you sent Cantillo down. Like, I think Parker Messick is 100% coming up. I have like, they only have 4 starters, and Herron's like, I think Parker Messick, his next start will be with the Guardians, and so now you have that juice of like, oh, here's our top pitching prospect coming up. Like it's time to go. And so there's that injection of life. But like Tanner Bybee's been just such a disappointment. Yeah. Such a disappointment. Like Gavin Williams getting shelled. Not great timing, considering.
But like, we knew that was happening. I knew.
Yeah,
at least
I said they should have pushed it back. They should just skip his start.
I don't think that would have mattered. I think it's next time out he was getting hit.
But
no
like
matter what.
He's been fine, and so it's like Slade.
Slade fell apart, man. You got to wear that one. You got to wear that one. I hyped him up,
and he's been a 2-pack of ass.
Slade fell apart, and that's your man's. You was with him.
I was. Logan Allen's like, I think Logan Allen is exactly who he is. I think Logan Allen's exactly who he is. So I think Parker Messick is actually coming because like Cantillo's now down in Columbus. And so I think we're going to get that. But like they have to pitch better. They have to pitch better. There's no other way around it. They have to pitch better. If they want to compete and really go for this, they need to pitch better.
Yeah.
But like stop playing Nolan Jones and stop playing Carlos Santana. They're just outs, man. Also, why was Steven Kwan bunting with a runner on first and nobody out in the 8th inning? Or no, first and second, nobody out in the 8th inning?
Guard ball.
What the fuck was that?
Guard ball.
That's not guard ball. That's just dumb ball. Like, what? Bro, I'm going to save that one for Hear Me Out. I have an electric Hear Me Out coming.
Do you? That's exciting.
Yes. But why? Like, does he have the green light to do that? Do they all have the green light to do that? Is Stephen Vogt calling that? Like, I need to know. I need that answer.
Well, he's got the green light to do it.
But, like, was that a situation like, this is just what we do?
That might have been.
Like, listen, If that was Brian Rocchio, like, yes.
Yeah.
Put that bunt down, dog. I'm okay with that. But like, there's only like 3 hitters in the lineup that should never bunt, and Stephen Kwan's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's one of your top 2 hitters.
1, because if he hits a ground ball, he's not going to get doubled up, and 2, like, he's one of our best hitters. So like, swing the bat.
Yeah, literally shorten up the approach, just shoot one of the outfield.
Just like get a hit, like you do it all the time. Just get a hit. It's just that moment, that inning. That killed that inning.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, like, the worst thing ever, the second worst thing that happened in the inning was Daniel Schneemann getting out, but moving the runners over. Because it took the bat out of Jose's hands immediately. Immediately. I mean, they were in the dugout like this.
Literally, they didn't even wait. They didn't wait for him to walk up.
No. So it's just like,
leave the bat in the batter's box was how quick they put the fours up.
And like I don't want to be mad at Manzardo because like he had a ball like a deep fly ball to center field. It's just one of those things where like you swing at the first pitch and you don't get a hit. It's like would have been nice to work the at bat there.
That was in his wheelhouse, though.
I get it. Like, it's like damned if you do and damned if you like.
Yeah,
if he hits a bomb with the first pitch, like he's a fucking hero. And if he gets out, it's like, fuck. So it's like you can't be mad, but it's just like
it's a bummer.
Really
it's a bummer.
Yeah, you would really like to see him maybe work the at bat a little bit more.
Yeah.
Especially considering like Tom Hamilton said, the guy that was throwing that inning, like 75% of his pitches are curveballs.
Right.
So like you're going up there waiting for a curveball. Like just you're gonna get another one.
Just sit hanger inner half, you're left-handed.
Yeah. So it's just like, but I don't think they're out of it. I don't think it's over. I think the light's just a little dimmer.
For Manzardo, would you grade out his I guess rookie year? I mean,
let's wait. I want to see how he finishes. I want to see what he looks like in September. I want to see some meaningful. The thing that I really want, bro, is I want that Detroit Tigers series at home in the end of September to mean something. Selfishly, one, because I'm gonna go. Like if that series means something, I will go to one of those games.
It'll probably mean something.
But like it may not. it may not.
Scooble. Well, you want to wait to see Manzo in that series?
No, I just don't want to give him a grade. I want to see them play some more meaningful baseball and like listen, he's not going to get a bad grade for me, but like I want to see what he looks like down the stretch when the game's like when it's really tight, like playoff atmosphere baseball.
I guess like since we've seen him like really play well in the playoffs, I was teeing this up for you to say I've seen enough, extend him and give a number.
I said it.
I know.
I said it 2 shows in a row.
I was giving you a chance to reinforce it. I was giving you a chance to reinforce it, Tyler.
I don't think I need to reinforce it. I've said extend him. There's no reason why you shouldn't go be like, Kyle, here's 6 for 120.
Yeah.
There's just no reason to not do that. Because
because
what happens is if you let this play out and he continues to hit 25 to 30 homers, he's gonna be worth a fuck lot more than $20 million.
Do you think he honestly, because of the Stephen Kwan thing taking so long, I would get this done immediately. I'd be like, all right, Kwan, like,
yeah, bro, I'm paying whatever the money you were saving to pay Kwan, just give it to Manzardo.
Do you think he's gonna hit 30 this year? Home runs? It's gonna be tight.
I'll tell you what.
Tight. His pop is coming in though.
Listen, if he gets to 30 homers, they will be playing some very meaningful baseball at the end of September.
You think so?
If he hits 9 homers in the next 6 weeks, I mean that's a homer. That's 1.3 homers a week.
Home run a series.
That's a home run a series, essentially, almost.
Yeah. Just saying, his bat feels like it's heating up. Still.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm so high on him long term is because his traits and his skill set at the plate, like, are designed for long term success. Like
he's really not he's not the beginning of the year player that you like. Like you don't like guys that whiff a lot and that strike out a lot. He does those things.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like he doesn't. I mean, his chase rate's going to continue to go down because it's already started to come down.
Yeah, no, that the chase rate's not a concern. Like here we go. It's not a concern for me, but like early in the year, I know you were concerned about like you concerned about the swing and miss guys.
I'm concerned about the swing and miss guys, the swing and miss out of the zone.
Oh, you don't worry about swing and miss in the zone.
No.
Okay.
Unless you're Gabe Arias and you wave at balls that are middle. Like, that's a problem.
Okay. Manzardo has like he's got a 27% whiff percentage and he doesn't chase. So it's high.
Yeah. I think that's going to come down, though, because the more he sees, the more that can't surprise him. Young guys that swing and miss in the zone but don't chase, like, that's going to get better.
Okay. That was my curiosity because honestly, like, well, we talked about before,
especially, but like, and I guess I'm more inclined to be okay with it if you are if you're going to be a power bat.
Well, that was my final pushback. I just want to acknowledge the fact that like from the beginning of the year to now, you've like really like learned and kind of adapted, and I can appreciate that. Because before the year, we were like talking about like strikeout rates versus home runs, and you were like, I want to see 40 home runs for a strikeout that much. But now it's like, wait, when you feel that 20 home run pop, that 30 home run pop, it's like, I'll take the case, and that's good. That's a real good thing.
No, and the thing, like, again, like I said,
you just have a slight pivot in approach because I think you've seen it and felt it, and you've decided I like how this feels.
In fairness to me, a lot of those conversations were about John Kenzie Noel.
Yeah, no, they were.
I'm right about John Kenzie.
No, you're 100%. No, I'm just talking about like in terms of feel. Like I think you like how this.
Like,
I think you didn't realize this until you felt it, and you're like, wait a second, I like how this feels a lot.
Swinging and missing in the strike zone for a young player, and you don't chase, is a recipe for long-term success.
Mm-hmm. My stance is, if Kyle Manzardo doesn't get better, and this is the year he gives you every single year, that's a massive win.
$20 million.
And so I like the swinging and missing in zone for a young player. I don't care. Swing and miss in the zone for an old player. Just swing and miss. Like, I don't care. That's my stance because obviously like the math of it, which it's incorrect statistical math, but the math of it is, if I have a 30% whiff rate, but I got a really good eye,
his eye is only going to get better. It's not going to get worse.
Well, not just the eye, but it's like, here we go. 30% each time. That's 90. I got 90% chance to hit the ball. And now if I hit the ball hard, I just got to make sure I swing at all three and don't take any. That's my big complaint with Nolan Jones. He's got a high lift percentage and he takes a lot of pitches.
You know where I came back from? When you started talking about Adam Dunn is when I realized, like, okay,
this isn't too bad.
You don't chase. You don't swing at bad pitches. You swing in the zone, and you swing and miss. You're around 30% clip, but you also hit 40 homers, which means you're just getting beat by stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna get your A hat. You're gonna get, and you present danger.
You're getting beat by guys whose stuff is really good because it's really good.
Well, and just not even if the stuff's not good. It doesn't matter.
So it's just like
we know what it is. It's just an element of danger, right? Like, I like the element of danger.
Now, like Brian Rocchio, like Stephen Kwan, I don't need to see you swinging and missing.
Yeah, you're really low on Brian Rocchio's damage numbers.
Yeah, I just
warning track power is what you called it. And
I just think I've just seen him recently like really barrel some baseballs and then not get out.
Yeah, his bats.
They're not like hitting the wall. They're like the outfielder's camping underneath the ball in the outfield in the warning track.
Yeah, his exit velo is below league. What you would want. It's funny. There isn't a single batting statistic that he's in the top half of the league for. He's below that in every category.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, summarize, like, again, very disappointing. It hurts, but it's not over. It's not over. If there's still 3.5 games out when we get to September, then it's probably over.
All right, but by then we'll have football.
What else do we got? Oh,
Just a real quick basketball note. Jeff Teague on Evan Mobley's ceiling. He said he's here. He's arrived to it.
I love Jeff Teague. I think Jeff Teague is so funny.
Perfect.
But I think that this is a bad take.
Okay.
Because, like, we watched the blueprint. Like, we watched this type of player already before. And Giannis got better. Like, the same body type, same build. Like, they entered the league very similar. And I think Evan Mobley is more skilled than what Giannis was when he entered.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I've said, majority of Evan Mobley's getting better is a mental thing of, like, just, like, being more assertive. But, like, who's to say that he can't, be a bigger, stronger athlete? And that's never not helped an athlete.
I think that if he becomes a bigger, stronger athlete, it's like an RPG game or whatever it is, role playing game, RPG. Yeah, so it's like go this way, get bigger, stronger, but you lose the skill. Go this way, you never get big enough and strong enough, but you have elite skill.
Yeah,
you can't have both. I don't think you can have both.
I think adding 10 pounds, 15 pounds, like, to a 7-footer's body, like, how much weight did Giannis gain? Like 50 pounds?
I don't know. I just know I've never seen it. I've never seen someone get a lot stronger and remain skilled.
We'll see. I just
that's my only defense of Jeff Teague.
To say, but I just don't think that's like. There's just no way you can look at me and tell me a 24-year-old can't get better.
Oh no, I think he could absolutely get better.
Yeah, he's like 24 years old, dude. Like,
Yeah.
There's just so much more basketball for him to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Jeff Teague was wrong. I think Evan Mobley is going to take another step forward, and, like, I mean, if he's a 20-point a game scorer, like, he got better, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, if he averages, like, if he gives you 22 and 12.
Yeah, honestly, the usage rate goes up. He got better. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. So.
Do you ever hear me out?
I do.
What you got?
I've never understood this, and, like, I don't want to debate the use of the bunt. I don't want to debate when to use it, when not to use it, if you should. I don't want to do that because I have opinions of it. But the fact that Major League Baseball players can't bunt is one of the most astounding. It's one of the great mysteries of all sports. How can a major leaguer with better than the average major league with better than perfect vision not be able to just go like, think?
Because they never ever had to, Tyler.
That's beside the point.
No, it's not. And here's why it's not beside the point.
They should be capable. That have they never played Pepper?
But honestly, today's MLB players probably not.
Bro, first of all, I can tell you with 100% certainty that the guys that played in college, which is becoming more and more, like if you don't include the Latin players, the American college players, they bunt every day. Every single day they practice bunting. They do. All of them. Every single one of them are practice bunting.
Yeah, but they practice bunting off. Well, they don't practice bunting off a fucking high speed machine.
Yes, they do.
They
do.
You guys have the traject machines or whatever?
Yes.
No, you don't.
You
bro.
would put them. I literally watched. You
don't have the. You might have the regular like high speed cage. You don't have like the new machines that they use in the MLB.
Okay. Well, I'm saying, but like they would put the machine during batting practice. I watched a Division I team behind the cage, the turtle. They would put the pitching machine at 85 from like 45 feet away and be like, bunt.
Look, man,
I'm never gonna. They're the best baseball players in the world, and you can't just like think.
Game experience and that little bullshit ass practice are different. And here's the thing, Tyler.
I don't care.
Here's the thing, Tyler.
They're too talented. They're too good. You're letting them off the hook to do a simple thing, and I won't hear anything else.
Tyler, growing up, how many times do you think they put on a bunt call for Aaron Judge in a game?
I don't care.
I'm just asking.
Probably never. But you know what? He's too talented of a hitter to not be able to.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Tyler. Here's the thing. Do you get bugged when NBA players are below 75% from free throw line?
No.
Why?
Because that's harder to do.
A free throw?
Yes.
A free throw's harder than a bunt?
Yes.
You're out of your fucking mind. That's the most absurd thing I've
No,
ever.
bro.
That's the most. You're so wrong.
These are the
You've
best
never
baseball players
bunting
in the
in 100
world.
No, you're out of your mind. You're saying a free throw is harder than a bunt.
Yes.
You're crazy. That's the worst take you've ever had. That is, I'm gonna cut this up. That is the single worst take you have
probably right,
ever
actually.
had.
You're probably right, actually. You're probably right.
100% I'm
You're
right.
probably
It's
right.
not even close.
But that's beside the point.
My brother in Christ.
You're letting
Jace, your son, in 4 years is going to be able to take an NBA basketball and shoot a free throw. Jace in 4 years is not going to be able to take an 85-mile-per-hour pitch and bunt it in play.
That's not the point. I'm saying major leaguers, the best players in the world, they have.
Okay, so here we go. So are you this upset?
12 out of 20 vision.
Are you this upset when NBA players miss free throws? The answer is no, because we've done a show during the NBA playoffs. So look, you can be upset about this, but I want this same energy when one of your favorite players misses a free throw, because free throws are way easier.
They are easier. They are easier. I'll say that they are easier, but that doesn't distract the fact, doesn't change the fact that baseball players in the Major League Baseball should be able to bunt.
Okay. Capable
of bunting on command.
Guess what? That's poor people baseball. Swing the fucking bat.
I wasn't arguing. Like I said,
I
didn't want to argue about that.
Only you would get on the show and complain about.
I've said that. I've said that for decades.
My
entire life.
You only care about this because you're a Guardians fan. Guess what? I don't care about. I don't care if my team can't bunt.
Yeah, your team never had to bunt.
Hey, we laid out some bunts this week. Just to get ready.
Listen, I'm saying I don't. Like I said, I didn't want to argue because I have opinions about bunting that I think even at the lower levels it shouldn't really be happening that much. But
you think
major leaguers should be able to stick their bat out there and put the fucking ball on the ground. They should.
I mean, should kickers never miss a 40-yard kick?
That's a different situation. That's a
so.
way different thing.
I don't think so.
That absolutely is. It's way different.
Don't think so.
There is. That's way different.
All right. Look, we have opinions.
Yeah.
I did think, this is more back to baseball. I'm a Yankees fan, obviously. I wanted Schneemann. Right. I said that on the show. Mm-hmm. We got little, I think, South American Schneemann, or actually, I don't know where he's from. Caballero. He plays shortstop for us, outfield for us, second base for us, third base for us.
Fun to have those guys.
And he leads Major League Baseball in steals.
It's fun to have players like that.
Yeah, we traded for one. He's electric.
They're everyday players. They just don't know where they're playing when they show up to the park that day.
Yeah, dude, I feel like we really got because I wanted Schneemann so bad. We got Caballero, same deal. And he's a pest too. I love pests. I think every team needs a good pest. You guys don't have one, right? Guardians don't have a pest.
What?
Pest?
Like a pest as in like what?
Like just like being a dickhead on the bases.
Oh, I mean, Jose Ramirez could be labeled as a pest.
I don't think he's too much of a star to be a pest.
I mean, that's fair, but I'm saying like whatever.
He's just like a hustle guy. Like Caballero's a pest. Like, Caballero, you know what he did over the weekend? I was like, wow, Tyler would have hated this play. He managed to do the fake start and stop thing so much that he went back to second base. And the pitcher thought he was the second baseman and spun and threw at him while he was standing on the base. Like legit threw the ball. He had the duck and then advanced to third. My hear me out is that I don't think a beer can ever be refreshing. I was out in 100-degree weather over the weekend and I was drinking a lot of water. It was hot, dripping sweat, dude, dripping so much sweat. And I, people always talk about like, yeah, when it's hot, you just get to crack open a cold beer. I cracked open a cold beer and it was still ass. And I'm like, if this isn't refreshing now when I'm dehydrated at, on someone's front lawn, listening to rock music, really around those people.
I know what people he's talking about too.
Yeah, this shit will never be refreshing. If it's not refreshing right now, I haven't eaten all day. If it's not refreshing right now, it'll never be refreshing. I don't think a beer can ever be refreshing. And I think the people that like beer are the same people that say they like kale. You're not real. You just want to be trendy, hip, and cool.
What kind of beer was it?
A Coors Light.
Well, pal. Were the mountains blue?
That's the shit with the mountains on it.
Was the mountains blue?
I mean, it was fresh out. It was smooth out of a cooler. It was cold as hell.
I used to be a big beer drinker. Beer makes me kind of sleepy now. But that's also
Blood drinks his beer in a wine glass. Said, I'm sleepy.
I drink 3 beers and all I want to do is close my eyes and go to sleep. But there are a few beers where I can agree with you on that.
It was not refreshing, bro.
Like a summer shandy, though, like a Leinenkugel summer shandy.
That's a lemonade.
That's a lemonade beer, but still beer. It's definitely beer. That's a different story. There are certain beers that taste better when you're. I hear what you're saying. I can understand where you're coming from. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand where you're coming from.
I was just looking around. People were slamming them like they're water, and I was like, y'all can't be for real.
Yeah.
It didn't match, dude. The feeling I thought I was gonna get, like, because I look at the mountains, I see the commercials, like I hear the like the thing opening. I did all that, and I took a sip, and I was like, ass.
Yeah.
Porch Rockers awesome though. Anybody that hasn't been to Porch Rockers should go to Akron. It's incredible.
It is a wild. It's like all these people around this little area. All these houses are all close to each other, and like they allow bands to come play on their porch.
Yeah.
And there's like 10,000 people walking around this little tiny community.
This was the busiest I'd ever seen it, dude.
Yeah, it was too hot for me. Too hot for me with 2 little kids. Couldn't do it.
Dude, I went and I felt my pits sweating. I was like, yikes, did I forget to put deodorant on? No, but I went to CVS or the Walgreens right there, bought me some more deodorant, wiped and applied.
Then threw it away.
Yeah, I was about to tear out a stick of deodorant. I'm Chris, that's Tyler.
Peace.